And we've got T.Y. Hilton, All Hands Team of Chris Godwin, Celebration of the Ravens, Breakthrough of Chris Carson, Fantasy Stars Parallels of Blue, Jameis Winston, Chris Godwin, and Nick Chubb. That one's numbered 20 out of 100. Cool. All right. None of the rookies: Van Jefferson, Jared Pinkney, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Sorry, and that's Pinkney, not Pinky. Jake Luton, J.K. Dobbins, Keyshawn Vaughn, Jordan Love, Derek Brown, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. One auto left. Packs are not easy to open sometimes. Some of them pop open, and then that one fought me. What's this? Oh, is it Tevin Coleman? Cool. Tevin Coleman, number 235. PC hit. A PC action. Julio Jones Hands Team. And another Lamar Jackson. This one's with Sammy Watkins and Christian McCaffrey. So again, quarterback, league leader, or for that week, wide receiver and running back. So it seems to be the pattern. Under the radar, Jameis Winston. Trust me, that guy is not under the radar. That dude is all over the place making mistakes, having great games, looking like an all-star, come back next week and look like a college rookie. JaMycal Hasty. Michael Warren II, Kelly Bryant, Chase Young, Henry Ruggs, A.J. Terrell, Sean Bradley, Kenneth Murray, and Kalia Lipscomb. All right, last pack. This should have our last auto, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't get panini. Another freaking box without what it's supposed to have. All right, Bryce Perkins is going to be the scorecard, rookie parallel. Another one, Lamar Jackson, Christian Kirk, and Derrick Henry on that one. Joe Mixon, A.J. Dillon, Anthony Gordon. Sorry about that. Cheyenne O'Grady, A.J. Dillon, Anthony Gordon again. K.J. Hamler, Antonio Gandy Golden, Lynn Bowden Jr., Trayvon Diggs, Chase Claypool, and Grant Delpit. All right, so pretty basic. I'm not too impressed with the base. It looks a lot better in the foil, but this kind of reminds me of Sage. Or maybe some hit product or something. I don't know. I'd say, but it's Score. It's the cheap end brand, so it is what it is. So we'll go over to the hits. Here's the Anthony Gordon I just pulled. There's the Anthony McFarland Jr., which I do not know what's up with the green. There's a Zach Bond rookie auto, and Paris Campbell, Kendrick Rogers, A.J. Dillon, the PC of Kyle Juszczyk, and some guy I never heard of who can't seem to sign his name on the sticker. So pretty cool. Not bad. I did not pull the Joe Burrow that I wanted, or the Tua Tagovailoa. Didn't get any of those, so that's kind of a bit disappointing. But a lot of crap in this box. I mean, I don't mean crap as far as like junk. It's just tons of base. Tons of freaking inserts. Only a few parallels in all reality. Yeah, one parallel per pack. Nothing really spectacular. I think the lowest numbered parallel I got was to 35. So yeah, nothing super exciting as far as parallels go. Which I was kind of hoping to at least hit a parallel in something, whether it be a little scorecard Burrow or maybe a showcase or something like that. But did not pull it, so. But again, had fun, and this makes this card look just that much better. I mean, base versus foil. It just changes the entire look and perspective of the card. This looks like crap. This looks pretty good, and it's the same damn card except for this one's blue foil. And that one's not. So, and again, same with the gold. Gold really makes a difference in how the cards look. It's just so much better in the parallel colors. Love the foil. Beautiful cards. Very pretty. So, again, basic product. I got a really good price on these. I paid $300 for both boxes, which is about $25 less a box that you could buy them from Panini site. Right now they're selling for about $225 a box right now on eBay. At least last I checked it was like $205, $215, so I'm sure they've gone up a little bit since I last checked, which was probably like 4 days ago when I actually bought this product. I got this from my breaker, Mile High Car Breakers on Facebook. Go there, join them. He does some really cool breaks and stuff. He's always willing to sell boxes and stuff, especially the lower end stuff. When he ends up getting a lot of it, he just kind of gets annoyed with having to break it because it's a ton of crap. So, and I get it. So he was like, I just want to get these out of here. So he kind of gave them to me basically roughly just a little bit above cost, hopefully cover his shipping charges and stuff like that. But Robert's a good guy, and he's trying to make his business get off the ground. He's got about 1,000 members over on the page that we have as normal breakers over there, or buyers. So we get them, and we're slowly picking up people as we go along. So that's always good. Hopefully, eventually we'll have, enough people in the breaks to never have anything sitting for too long. It does happen, unfortunately. But it's just solely because, we got not as many people as we need to run the page properly. But we get it done. We buy... a lot of us buy multiple spots and breaks just to, A, get the break going, and B, extra spots. Nothing wrong with that. Rob does a lot of random teams, so it usually ends up easier that way because it's very difficult to sell teams once you sell the major teams, the big rookie class teams from those seasons. Once you sell those, man, it's almost impossible to sell the rest of the freaking teams because nobody wants to buy them, right? Because you're not going to get anything good as far as rookies go, and then so you're hoping on something even crazier, like pulling up a really cool card of a vet from your team, which is, again, can be difficult. I mean, you got to think about it. It's a lot of there's a lot of cards, and your odds of getting any card that you want is pretty slim, and then you go and pile on top of that the fact that it's a vet player. Parallels are one per pack. This is, I think, a 440 card base set. This is a huge set. So and we got 20 total parallels. Actually, 20 total parallels. Like I said, there was one parallel per pack, so I got 20 total parallels in 2 boxes. So 10 parallels per box. That's it. Even for a company like Score, that's not a lot. Or a product like Score, that's not a lot considering there's 440 cards in a base set, and then you only get so many. You get so many scorecards, which are the gray parallels, which has been for a while now. They've been making them gray for X amount of years now. I don't exactly remember how long, but it's been a while. They've been doing it for a while. So, but because of that, you don't get many, and then again, like I said, so when you're selling teams in a break, it makes it very difficult to sell off lower end teams. Like the Bengals for multiple years, for a long time now, they're just a team you didn't want to buy. Even though you get hits out of it, like they hit a lot too. I remember last year in 2018 when I was doing a lot of breaks for the with Mile High. Buying the Bengals was kind of a team to buy. They were cheap, and they almost always hit something in the box. It'd be like an RPA or something like that. Like I think it was Walton last year. Just lots of them. But unfortunately, Walton didn't pan out, and the team, as usual, is in disarray. And here we go with another season of horrible Cincinnati Bengal football. Now they're going to have a rookie back there trying to get it done. Good luck, bro. Feel sorry for you already. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. I know it's jacked up, but at the same time, I didn't draft you. It's not my bad. You just got to deal with the people who did and hope they can, get the best out of their players as far as using them for their strengths and such. Very few coaches are really, really good at that. Only some of them are really good at that. Other ones just take the best players they can find, put them in there, and hope they can do it. And obviously, not a lot of guys can. We see a lot of flops in the NFL, and a lot of times it's not because they're a bad player or they weren't very good. It's just because they didn't have the right coaching and they weren't being utilized the proper way. That can tend to cause a lot of problems when it comes to succeeding in the NFL. I guess is what I was looking for. The word I was looking for. You don't succeed very well if you don't have the proper coaching in place, to be able to help you along and utilize you for your strengths. So, and that's very common. Kaepernick was one of those. Was a perfect example when they weren't paying him a ton of money. They had no problem running him all over the place. Didn't matter if he got hit. They didn't care. They were only paying a few $100,000 a year for him. So that's a spit in a bucket right there. But the second they paid him, gave him a big contract, they didn't want to run him no more. Now they wanted to keep him in the pocket. And see, that's where you ruin it. You take away his strengths and then you try and turn him into something he's not. We're starting to sound like a really bad first date with some chick who's already looking into the future, trying to change you. But you get what I'm saying. It's just you don't do that. Like Lamar Jackson, perfect example on the other end of the spectrum, right? So Harbaugh goes and he takes him and he uses him to his strengths, and they build a team around that, and it worked. Worked good enough to get him into the freaking divisional playoffs. So, unfortunately, teams started to realize that you just load the box on him, force him to make good passes, which he doesn't do very well. I don't care what any of you freaking Ravens fans say. He's just not the best of quarterbacks. I've watched him long enough, 2 years, enough for me to see that he's just a mediocre player as a quarterback. As a runner, wow, dude's got a future if he wants to switch over to halfback. But teams are just going to continue to load the box on him and rush the hell out of him. And hell, I would too, man. I mean, why wouldn't you? It worked. It worked for the teams that did beat the Jacksonville in the postseason. Everybody was so high on the fact that hey, Ravens are there. They're going to go all the way because Lamar. You can't stop Lamar Jackson. Well, you know what? I said it all along when I noticed that he was doing a lot of them option runs and he was just taking the ball more often than he was letting it go. That teams were biting down hard with their corners and leaving the linebackers locked in place, and it left him 20, 30 yards every time he touched the ball. Well, teams got very weary of that, and in the playoffs, they changed it. They went after him. They loaded the box on him, sent freaking 8 guys at him, kept a bunch of guys just all up on that line, not allowing him to run the ball. And lo and behold, here he goes, boom, out of the playoffs. So, and that's basically how you do it. When you've got a running quarterback, you load the box and you force him to pass. He's going to get his yards because, like I said, he is an incredible runner. The guy's got great vision when it comes to running the ball. So you do exactly what a lot of the teams down the stretch did to them. You load the box on him and force Joe Flacco to be a passer. Because I watched him and I thought, NFL quarterback, really? Maybe NFL runner, NFL running back, but I was like, it's just, he wasn't showing me the promise of a good quarterback. He was just showing me the promise of this guy can really run the ball, but he's going to get hurt eventually. Something's going to happen to him because it's just the way the league is. It's freaking ruthless. Gigantic men running around and trying to kill each other on a football field. You're not going to survive that crap. But whatever. So anyway, I appreciate y'all joining and watching. As you know, if you watch my videos, sometimes I go on rants at the end. So if you don't like listening to the rants, just cut it off right after the packs, right after the pack ripping, or right after the short cap reviews I do. I don't really do big cap reviews because there's no point in doing a poll review. It's too short and it's a video. You can always rewind. It's not live. So I appreciate you guys watching. I wasn't sure what my next product was going to be because I have 2 products. Well, the other one hasn't gotten here, so I still got another product coming. And then next week I'm probably going to, I'm hoping the shops open up here in my state at least in my area, excuse me, so that I can go to the freaking shop, buy the penny sleeves that I need so bad, top loaders and things like this. I don't have supplies. I'm all out of supplies. I don't usually buy those kinds of things sight unseen from eBay because I notice people have been selling 100 count penny sleeve packs with 50 of them in it. And it's like, really, that is that important for you to make an extra 50 cents on a pack of penny sleeves? Because it just, it doesn't make sense to me. It seems a little outrageous, in all honesty. Why would you? Just plain and simple, why would you? What's the point? It's like, there's no reason for it. So, but anyway, I like to rant, bitch, and moan, especially about the league and how the NFL, got off freaking there. I get aggravated with how things are run in this country, and right now the way things are being run is really causing more problems than anything. I'm not going to get into it as far as like all the issues, but I'll tell you what, when you start hindering simple things like enjoying your hobbies, or going to the park, or just enjoying a day as usual, it's stupid. This whole thing is stupid that you can't do that. You have to be worried, and it's just a flu, people. I'm sorry if anybody lost loved ones over this. It is screwed up, but simple fact of the matter is, it's just a flu. It's killing the same people that all the other flus kill: the elderly, the people with respiratory issues, people with low immunity systems. Those are the people that have been dying, are contracting this stuff. That's no different than any other flu. That's the same thing as any other flu. And they're making the biggest deal out of this. You know what? Stop. Let us get it. Let our bodies build an immunity to it. Let us learn to defeat this naturally, instead of sitting here wearing gloves and masks and cleaning everything down. You're just inviting viruses to mutate and defend themselves against the chemicals that we use to clean them. What that ultimately ends up doing is bringing out a new strain that our bodies can't stop, because we've never seen it before, so we don't have any antibodies in our system for it. That's why people go and they get flu shots, because they need to get that in their system so that they can build an immunity to it, so that when it comes around again, they don't get it. So here, let's get this straight. You inject yourself with the flu, give yourself the flu, so that you can fight it, build an immunity to it, so that you can't catch that flu again, or can't catch other flus as well. Certain flus, certain ones that are based off of that strain, I guess. So it makes no sense that you go and you put all these precautions in place to stop people from doing this, when this is just natural. This is just the way the world works. You get sick, you build an immunity to it, you don't get that sickness again. Well, you can't do that if you're stopping yourself from getting it. You can't do that. You can't build an immunity to the junk in the ground if you don't go out there and play in the dirt like we did when we was kids, right? So you don't build those immunities because your body isn't exposed to it. Well, guess what we're doing? We're stopping our body from being exposed to a virus that naturally builds an immunity to it, puts the antibodies in there, and builds like a laboratory inside of your body, naturally builds antibodies to keep you from getting sick again. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to work. You go about your day. If you get sick, you get sick. Stay home for a couple of weeks, or whatever the case is, a week, and then you go back to work. And yet, here we are, closing down every freaking business across America for what, 2-3 weeks, a month almost? And then some states and some cities are like, you know what, fuck this shit. This is bullshit. I see it into talking about all these cases going on, but I haven't seen a single one of them. And that's just like me. I haven't seen a single case. I don't know anybody that's actually had corona. Not COVID. Because if you don't know, coronavirus is a specific strain of virus. Now, there's different mutations of that strain. COVID-19 is one of those mutations of the coronavirus strain. Again, if you've had the coronavirus, odds are you already have an antibody in there to keep you from getting COVID-19. You know why? Because you were fucking exposed to it already. That's why. So these people out here running around wearing masks all the time, I got to do it. I got no choice. I can't go to work if I don't have a mask on my face. So if I had a choice, I had an option, I wouldn't wear it. I would just go to work normally and just go about my business. I'm not one of those people that coughs into my hands and touches everything, or coughs out in the open, or just sneezes out in the open. I don't do that. I'll use my shirt. I'll sneeze into my arm, and if I happen to get it on my hands, or if I happen to touch my hands after sneezing or something like that, I usually wash my hands. Not because I'm worried about germs, not because I don't want other people to freak out. Because other people freak out when they see people doing this, especially right now. Oh my God, is it horrible right now? People are losing their fucking mind when they see somebody sneeze or cough. They practically jump back and go the other direction. It's that bad. And I'm not kidding. I work in a casino, and that's exactly what I've seen. I've seen people literally take 3 or 4 steps in the other direction when they see somebody coughing or sneezing. Because they're so scared to get this stupid freaking virus. They don't want to die. Guess what, people? You're probably not going to die. It doesn't work that way. It works just like any other flu strain. You need to be weak to it. You need to not have an immunity system built up. You need to not have good lungs. Those are the things that will get you in trouble with this virus. Okay? And that's the same thing as every other virus out there. There's literally no difference. And again, it is a coronavirus. It is a strain of a very, very old virus. Nothing new about this virus. So much so that they already know the mapping of this virus because it's been around that long. They've seen it. They've dealt with it. They've lost tons of people from the same virus. But because they went and labeled it COVID, coronavirus ID-19. That's what COVID means. So, you all want to go freak out, worrying about your precious little bodies, don't want to get sick, well, you go ahead and keep covering up. But I'll tell you what, and this is almost a guarantee for me, it's just going to make it worse in the end. Period. You're just going to end up even more sick the next time it comes around. You're going to get jacked up because you were so concerned about making sure that you didn't catch this one that you forgot about the fact that your body naturally builds immunity to these things. It's just how the human body works. It's an amazing thing. And it is literally how it works. So people, please, for the love of all that is fucking out there, please stop being idiots. Just go back to your lives. Go back to being normal. That way everybody else around you can see that life is normal. Because when we're all running around wearing these surgical masks, people are freaking out like it's some sort of fucking epidemic crushing down in your little city, destroying everything around you. That's not how it is. This isn't the movie Outbreak. I'm not Dustin Hoffman. Okay? It's not going to happen that way. That's not how this works, man. People need to stop freaking out about it. Get back to the business as usual. Get California, get the United States back up on its feet, back rolling, making money, profiting, keeping people busy, keeping people in business. We've all got things to pay for. We've all got things we can lose. And all this stuff is pertinent to the country reopening. And people stop freaking out about everything they freaking hear and see and read. It's so freaking stupid and annoying at this point. Grow up, man. You're not going to fucking die because you got the flu. Unless you're some 80-year-old person with bad lungs. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, sorry about the rant. Had to do it. I'm getting so sick of being on this quarantine crap. I got to talk about it. We need to move on. As a country, as a world, we need to move on. They keep saying there's skyrocketing cases and blah, 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 blah. Again, I haven't seen any of these sick people. I live just outside of a major freaking metropolis. I live outside of Sacramento. It is one of the biggest cities in Northern California. It is probably the biggest city in Northern California. If you consider the Tri-County, we call it a Tri-County region because there's a bunch of counties that are mashed up into this one area. And they all meet at the same point in the middle of Sacramento. right? So you've got all these surrounding regions of Sacramento that just make it this huge metropolis, a metropolitan city. And we have millions of people. I haven't seen anybody sick. I haven't heard about anybody sick. I've heard some people say that their 95-year-old aunt in freaking Kentucky died from it. These kinds of things. I don't hear people saying, "Oh yeah, my 27-year-old cousin got sick and died from it," because that's not. It doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It hasn't happened, and it's not going to. So, anyway, wow, I'm pushing 55 minutes on this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This is crazy. This is a really long ass video. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Thanks again. Come back next week. I will have another one. Hopefully, we'll get to do some Mia Monday Madness. We'll see how it goes. If I get product in, I don't know. I can't tell you where it's at. So hopefully she's really excited to do some more. So I hopefully get some more basketball coming in here real soon, so Mia can do some more breaks on that. Thanks again. Peace.